All right, if you've been RVing, boondocking, you've heard that noise before. That is a gas generator that runs that you need if you don't have shore power to connect to. So I'm going to show another option here that is way quieter and gives you a lot more flexibility with where you go and where you can run your RV. Okay, so this here is a couple different pieces. I have a Jackery HomePower 3600 Plus. With the extra battery pack 3600. So that basically doubles the size of the capacity. This can do 7200 watts or 7.2 kilowatts peak surge power, and a 3600 watt or 3.6 kilowatt steady power output. And what's really cool about this unit is that you can add on, I think, up to 5 of these battery packs to expand your capacity, so you can last longer. They just plug in and stack up on the side very quick and easily. Now it has AC output. It has a 110 volt 30 amp output, which is designed for RVing, and then it has 4 of the standard 110 plugs here, as well as DC output. So it does USB, including USB-C, up to 100 watts. Now you have solar input, you can see here. So I have this previous one, which is a Solar Saga 200, so it's 200 watt peak output, and then behind it is a 400 watt peak output. So I have both of those plugged in, so that's technically 600 watts of power that I can put into it. So I'm going to power this up here. Let's go ahead and power it on. I'm going to press the AC button right now. You can see I'm 100% charged. I click on. I just heard the contactor on the RV kick on because it noticed the power. And then this one here, I'm also at 100%. So they're fully charged right now. And I can see the output is at 70 watts right now because I basically have nothing on the RV. But it should switch over here. We'll go inside the RV. Now, you notice what you hear now instead of a generator is a bunch of bugs. Okay, we have a slight little fan that just kicked on here. And what we can see is happening is it now asked for power. The RV did, is switching over to it. So now we have 360 watts coming out of this unit, but it's able to also input the power into the unit. But since they're at 100% charge, it's basically not taking any solar charging, because I think it's basically sending the solar straight to the unit. And therefore you see we have almost a full day, 20 hours of capacity in this setup on this little guy here. So let me go ahead and click on some stuff in the RV and just see how it does. All right, we're going to turn on our lights in here. We'll go ahead and turn on the exterior lights, why not? And we can come in here. Now we have our slides in, so I want to extend them, and then I also want to also level the thing out. So if I just go into here and look at this guy, I can see the Zentrax Freedom. This is the lithium ion battery that's built in, but it actually can't power everything. If I run the slides on this, it will kick it out. So that's where this Jackery unit can really fully power this whole RV. The only thing that it can't do at the same time, I think, is to the AC unit. So because there's a 30 amp output, so this RV needs 50 amp to do everything. But otherwise, that Jackery can run everything and just leave either the bedroom AC rooftop off or the main area off. So on here you can see that it's doing bypass, which means that it is getting the power from the generator. Okay, so before I'm doing anything, I'm gonna go ahead and level out the RV because we are a little bit crooked. So again, we're gonna use the Jackery to power this up. All right, so now it's doing the auto level here. We'll get those feet pushed down to equalize it out. All right, there we go, it all leveled, and I think some of these back tires might be almost slightly off the ground. So I saw about 1,000 or 1,100 watts of peak output to get it leveled, but now let's extend the slides. All right, now we got much more room inside. So that is easily working there, and we can go check out this Jackery unit and see how it's doing here. All right, so you can see that it did not use up any of its capacity yet, and it's actually grown to 40 hours of use, and that's because the solar is actually keeping up with this output very easily. So I would like it to show that better, because the input is saying that it's not charging the battery up, but I wish it would show that the solar is really powering everything that it needs. All right, so now I got the outdoor sound system on, I got the outdoor TV on, so they're both playing in there. And then inside, I've tried to kick on all the different lights. As far as the front radio is on, we have my favorite YouTube channel, Generatorto, talking about Jackery. These are the smaller units that they have, so they have lots of different sizes that you can get. And then I have the music on in here, all of the lights that you kick on. The fridge is on AC, so it's running the fridge. It can use propane as well if you wanted to conserve the AC power. And then back here again, I have all the lights on in the bedroom and the TV on. So basically all the standard, lights and TVs that can be going. I do have my Wi-Fi router in here, my cellular router. I have other videos on that, but that's how I'm getting YouTube in here in the RV. I have a lot of stuff talking about that as well later with antennas and stuff to get the best signal. But I have basically everything on in here. I can go ahead and show you the other big power draw is, of course, the microwave. So let's see if we kick on the microwave here for 30 seconds. There you go, the microwave's running just fine. And I can go ahead and kick on the AC unit as well, maybe while that's even going here. Okay, so even though it's 55 degrees in here, I kicked on the AC. So AC is running, the microwave's still running there. It's about to finish. I have all these devices on, so this Jackery can power basically, like I said, everything other than that both ACs at the same time. All right, so let's go out. I guess I can kick on the microwave and get out there real fast and see if I can see how much power it's pulling here. Okay, with all that stuff going, we are pulling 2,600 watts of power. I'm getting just under 400 watts of solar to backfill that. So obviously if all that stuff is going, it's showing you about 3 hours of usage, but the microwave is about to kick off here in a few seconds. There it goes. So now we're down to 1,000 watts to run everything, including that main fan. So that's showing you we're getting, probably looks like it's going to count up here 10 maybe more hours of use in this state with the solar that we have. Now this is morning time frame, so that's why the solar isn't meeting the full 600 watt capability that these two units, you need full sun. And now there's lots of different things you can do to extend your range. One of them is to obviously get two of the bigger ones instead of just one big one and one smaller one. The other thing is to add on more of the battery packs. This is just one of the many sizes they have. They do have larger units and smaller units. They have ones basically about this size from a form factor standpoint that you can use them. You can use just outside your RV if you want to just have portable power, at the picnic table and that kind of stuff. So this is really cool. I like this technology. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but this unit actually very neatly fits right into the bay here that the cable goes into. So I could literally have this unit tucked in there and plugged in, not even have it outside. I have it outside to show you kind of how all this setup goes, but it does fit in there. You could use it as just a constant power on if you wanted to be driving, for example, and you needed your back AC unit to be kicked on and you don't want to run the generator while you're driving. You can use this while you're driving and it will power all that the house stuff there. So really cool technology. I like how they're coming up with it, and they're really expanding their different offerings. Okay, so what I did is I switched the refrigerator over to propane, and then I turned off the AC unit, which was just running the fan anyways. But so I have all the lights on, all the TVs, all the music still going, still have my Wi-Fi going and running. And what we can see here is that it's taking about 240 watts of power, and we're generating more solar than it's taking. So we're actually charging the batteries here. So in 4 hours they'll be fully charged. So it gives you this 999 for hours, which means it's never going to run out of this ability. So if you're smart with your power and you conserve it, and especially if you don't need AC, that's obviously a big draw, then this unit can actually, in this case right now, it's going to be charging up during the day, and then it'll be running the battery down overnight. But this is something that it can sustain very easily. So if you're smart, again, with your usage, this little unit, not that big of a setup, this all folds up nice and neat, can literally power all of your RV needs for boondocking. So really cool stuff here. So I should probably mention that this thing has a nice little built-in wheels and handle that you can use to pull, and the wheels are big enough that they can run over grass pretty easily. Obviously they're not made for off-road, but it is a mobile unit here, which is nice because it is on the heavy side to carry. Now, of course, if you're interested in buying this stuff, do consider clicking my link down below with discount codes for buying it, and as well as thinking about liking my video and subscribing to my channel to see more stuff like this. So if you have any questions about this setup, please put them down in the comments below. I do read the comments. I do try to respond to them best I can. All right, so now this is a rental RV. It's not my own personal RV. So I'm doing the testing here, and I won't have it in the future, but I might do more camping trips later. So if you have some specific type of testing you'd like me to show or demonstrate, please do reach out in the comments, and I will get to those when I can.